What if I told you that the biggest thing that's holding you back from school success and life success, it isn't your grades, it isn't your background, or even your talent. But what if I told you it was your beliefs? Actually, there are 5 limiting beliefs that I feel like are keeping students, teens, and young adults stuck, keeping you struggling, and keeping you stressed out. And today in the Kantis Simmons Show, I'm going to expose them so you can break free and start winning in school, winning in college, and winning in life. Hello, I'm Kantis Simmons, and welcome to the Kantis Simmons Show. Now, if it's your very first time here, hey, do me a favor, click the subscribe, share this, leave me a comment, because I'm going to talk about limiting beliefs. I'm going to talk about the beliefs that can keep you stuck. Now, why are they called limiting beliefs? A limiting belief, and I'm going to expose 5 of them, are ways of thinking that causes you to not go past a certain limit. For example, you get on the elevator and you want to go to the 8th floor in the building, and you press the number 8, but you only go up to floor 4. Why can't you go to floor 8 and you stuck at floor 4? Is because of limiting beliefs. And I want to share some things with you on how to overcome these limiting beliefs. Now, if you're a student, hey, this is good for you. If you're a parent, hey, share this with the student. If you're a teacher, share this with a student. Have some dialogue around this. All right. So here's limiting belief number 1. You may have said, I know I said it at one time. Limiting belief number 1 is I'm not smart enough. Yeah, I'm not smart enough. Maybe you've said that to yourself. And many people, many students feel like intelligence is fixed. You're either smart or you're not smart, right? But having that mindset, this causes you to operate in fear. This mindset makes you free from, makes you fear trying, right? That you feel like, man, I gotta prove that I'm smart. Or maybe you go to a place to prove that you're not good enough. Maybe the idea is that you take a test and you studied, you worked on problems, you studied, you went through everything, and you still didn't pass the test. And your mindset may say, hey, I'm not smart enough. But here's the reality. Intelligence or smart isn't fixed, right? It grows with your effort. It grows with your practice. It grows with your strategies. I believe that every individual, every young person, you have what it takes to develop intelligence, to develop smartness, to have the practice, to have the right skills, to have the right mindset around being and knowing and doing the thing that you want to do. The most successful students, I say this all the time, aren't the smartest students. They're just the ones that keep learning. Yeah. You may not think you're smart. My recommendation to you is just keep learning. Shift your mindset to a growth mindset, right? Embrace the challenges. Start seeing your mistakes as opportunities to improve. Learn how to be an active learner, always learning. I learned in grad school, one of my advisors taught me, he said, if you want to earn more in life, then learn more. Become a perpetual student. And what I encourage you to do, regardless if you're battling with this limiting belief, I encourage you to take techniques, start teaching other people. Start solving problems, start applying concepts, start looking at real life things and become a problem solver. When you say that I'm not smart enough, I want to say that you are, and just continue to grow, continue to develop, and continue to work on it. All right, here's limiting belief number 2. Limiting belief number 2 is I don't have enough time. Now, I know you may feel overwhelmed, right? You got school, you got sports, you got work, you got life, you got friends, you got social media, you got dating, you got all these different things. And sometimes, because of everything that's going on, sometimes we tend to want to procrastinate. We tend to want to give up because it may not feel like we have enough time, all right? And so here's the reality. The truth is, it's not about having enough time. Right, that's not the truth. It's not about having the right time. It's about making time. Everyone has 24 hours in a day, has 7 days in a week. I talk all the time about the 168 rule. That's 24 hours times 7 days out of the week. That's 168. I have 168. You have 168. Your teachers have 168. Your friends have 168. And the idea when you say, hey, I don't have enough time, here's my solution for you. I like to call it the 80-20 rule, right? Focus on the 20% of the task that brings you the big results, right? So if you know that 20% of the things that you really do bring you the best results in school, then maybe the 80% are the distractions, right? The 80% is the TV, it's the text messaging, it's the unnecessary scrolling on your cell phone. My encouragement to you is to plan your day the night before. Schedule everything. I tell my team, like if it isn't on my schedule, then that means it isn't real. Okay. So what you want to do when you say I don't have enough time, the reality is make time for it. Okay. Make time for it. Let's jump to limiting belief number 3. Limiting belief number 3. I have to be perfect. I have to be perfect. Now, you may call it perfectionism, right? Perfectionism. And what I've come to realize is that perfectionism brings about procrastination. Procrastination brings about paralyzation. Let me say that one more time. Perfectionism brings about procrastination. Procrastination brings around paralyzation. So now when you feel like you're not perfect, you stand still. Or when you feel like you're not doing it the right way, you do nothing. All right. Those that are paralyzed, those that operate in perfectionism, they believe that if they can't do something perfectly, then why should we do it at all? All right. Now, when you operate in that in perfectionism, it causes you, like I said, to procrastinate. It causes you to wait till the last minute. It causes you to burn out. It causes you to be very anxious. When I was working as a scientist at Ciba Vision, one of my bosses came to me. He said, Kantis, you're brilliant. He said, Kantis, you're brilliant. He said, but you wait till the last minute to turn your brilliance on. And what he wanted me to see was brilliant people know how to turn their brilliance on every single day. They know how to turn their brilliance on if they have a motivator, if they don't have a motivator. And at the end of the day, you don't have to be perfect. You have to just simply apply. Okay? Perfectionism is impossible. No one is perfect. Okay? What I want to encourage you to do, rather than leaning toward perfectionism, I want you to lean toward progression. All right? Every single day, focusing on being progressive. Putting one foot in front of the next foot, and you grow and you step and you just focus on getting better and better every single day. Don't lean toward perfectionism, lean towards getting better. Okay. So when you may think that, hey, I have to be perfect, I simply want you to say, hey, I want to improve. Okay. It's not based on getting it all right. It's not based on getting all A's. Give yourself permission to fail. Give yourself to try again. Every time you fail, you're getting feedback. Okay. So when something doesn't go right, you're getting feedback on how you can do it better. So limiting belief number 3, hey, I have to be perfect. Hey, get rid of that. Have the mindset that, hey, I want to improve day by day by day. All right, limiting belief number 4. I'm just not motivated, right? I'm just not motivated. Students often think that they need motivation before taking action. But waiting for motivation will lead you to be inconsistent and falling behind. It's something that, I know we have pep rallies in school and like, you go, you go, you go, you go, right? But, you're not going to always have these personal or public or private cheerleaders. And the reality is this, your action creates motivation, not the other way around. Yeah. Sometimes you're like, I need motivation to take action. No, Take action, and action will create the motivation. The more you do something, the more you'll be motivated to do it, right? The more you'll be motivated. You become the motivation when you're acting out on something. So here's my solution for that when you feel like you need motivation, all right? I call it the 5-minute rule, okay? The 5-minute rule. Tell yourself that you'll study or work for just 5 minutes. All right. So when you're trying to find motivation, all right, cool. I'm going to go study. I'm going to go work for 5 minutes. And basically what that's doing, that's getting you to take action. And now it lowers the resistance for you to get started. Hey, I'm going to just go do this for 5 minutes. I'm going to get on the treadmill for 5 minutes. And as you start running on the treadmill, it's like, oh, that's not too bad. And then that'll lead you to start taking more action. All right. Build habits, don't build motivation. Build habits, don't build motivation. Like, what are the habits that you can develop, whether it's studying at a certain specific time of the day? It's a habit that says, hey, I'm going to turn my cell phone off. I'm going to lock it up, put it in the other room so it don't distract me. What habits did you have that I'm going to start listening to the subjects and I'm going to start seeing them? What habits do you have where I'm going to start taking my, doing pre-tests, making up my own test before I take the test? When you build habits, they will help you with the motivation. If you make studying or working on goals a daily habit, motivation will not be necessary. All right. So that's limiting belief number 4, feeling like you need a motivation. And limiting belief number 5 is this: my past determines my future. Yeah, if you have that thought that my past determines my future, the problem is this: students who have struggled in the past believe they are destined to keep struggling, right? Maybe you passed, maybe you failed a test, maybe you didn't do so well. And because that happened in your past, you think that that is who you are. Listen, I always tell people this: I never lose. I never lose, but I gain lessons. And so what you want to look at are things in the past. They need to be seen as lessons. Okay, you didn't do well on the test. Okay, you applied and you wrote an essay and the teacher gave the essay back and had a whole bunch of red writing on it. Guess what? Don't see it as something in your past that's going to keep you there, but start seeing it as a lesson. Every successful person has failed. Everybody falls down, but the reality is I need you to get up. I want you to start seeing failures as feedback. Learn from the lessons, learn from the failures versus letting them stop you. All right. So I want you to develop resistance around focusing on solutions. Surround yourself with people. Like, who are the people in your life that believe in you? Who are the people in your life that will pick you up? Who are the people in your life that will push you to get better? Now, this entire video, what I want you to understand is that if you want to go to the 8th floor as a student, as a young adult, as a career-minded person, and your beliefs only stop you at level 4 on that elevator, guess what? Your beliefs will shape your future. Your limiting beliefs will shape your future. I believe if you're stuck, you will be. But if you can believe you can grow, if you believe you can improve, if you can believe that you can go to the next level, guess what? You can. But it's going to take you going to the next level in your mind, going to the next level in your beliefs. Hey, I'm Kantis Simmons, the coolest guy with 7.25 fingers. Listen, thank you so much for watching this video. Listen, I have some really cool resources there for you. If you want to, go check out my Study Smarter program. It's down in the description there. It's all about getting better grades. If you need a little help, we're funding your college education or finding some scholarship money, hey, go the link in the description there, my college funding formula. Hey, I'm Kantis Simmons. Remember this: only one game in life counts, and that's your A game. I'll talk to you soon. Hey, be so kind. There's some other cool videos coming up that you can watch as well. Bye-bye.